even know where to start. This week has been absolute chaos. Buckle up because you're not ready for this. A Florida man turned a box of Goldfish crackers into a weapon. Two guys tried to smuggle $20,000 in drugs into a prison using a cannon. A guy accidentally sent nude emergency text to all of his contacts, including his boss. Congress wants to rename Flag Day Trump's birthday, and I'm just wondering if we all get free Big Macs. New York City stores are now selling single eggs. Yeah, egg loosies are a thing now. And a woman may have been arrested for filling her ex's gas tank with pre-sucked Skittles and Coke Zero. What is even happening anymore? This is the world we live in, folks. Grab a seat, hit the like and subscribe button, and let's break down this chaos together, shall we? Stephen King is collaborating on his next big book with a dead guy, which seems about par for the course. Come on, it's Stephen King. On September 2nd, he's releasing a new version of Hansel and Gretel with Maurice Sendak. He's the author and illustrator of Where the Wild Things Are. Sendak died in 2012 in his late 90s. He drew a series of sketches for a stage production of Hansel and Gretel, so Stephen King took that and then wrote the text to go along with it. King says, quote, "In a way, I've been writing about kids like Hansel and Gretel for much of my life." In an interview 2 decades ago, Sendak said, quote, "Generally speaking, most grim fairy tales are about heroic children. Hansel and Gretel are the most heroic of them all." So yeah, Stephen King and the late Maurice Sendak releasing a new version of Hansel and Gretel. This should be good. Would having access to this much cheese be a blessing or a curse? Tillamook is running a promo where one person will win a literal boatload of cheese. They posted a clip of it loaded onto an actual boat with a guy standing next to it just eating a block of cheese like an apple. Their definition of a boatload is 1,909 pounds of cheese. So just under a full ton. They picked that because Tillamook was founded in 1909. They say it's just under $22,000 worth of cheese. You won't really have 1,900 pounds of cheese just lying around or delivered to your doorstep. Most of it's going to come in the form of coupons, but you do get 100 pounds to start you off. That's still just so much cheese. Who's got that kind of fridge space for 100 pounds of cheese? You can enter at boatloadofcheese.com through February 20th. One winner will be chosen at random. You might get away with speeding past a cop car if you're going with the flow of traffic and aren't going too fast, but this person was doomed. A driver in Florida was pulled over by a deputy after they zoomed past the police cruiser doing 129 miles an hour. That's almost twice the speed limit. It wasn't dangerous enough, though. It was also foggy and wet, and the visibility wasn't great, and thankfully, no one got killed. The driver got 2 tickets and was ordered to appear before a judge. The sheriff is also pushing for a super speeder law, which would increase fines and allow for speeding vehicles to be impounded in the state of Florida. Moral of the story, don't speed in the state of Florida, and also maybe tap the brakes a little bit next time, huh? Goldfish crackers are dangerous. Dangerously addictive. The box can be used as a weapon, and that can land you in jail, I guess. A 29-year-old man in Florida named Michael Gizmo Gonzalez was at a Family Dollar a while back, and he walked out with $50 worth of cleaning supplies and a box of Goldfish crackers because he was feeling a little peckish. The manager was a brave 65-year-old woman named Diane, and Diane saw him leave without paying, so she confronted him in the parking lot. There was a good argument, and Gizmo hit Diane in the face with the box of Goldfish crackers. It, quote, caused a small cut under her lip. He got away, but apparently left the Goldfish crackers at the scene because the cops did a forensic analysis, lifted some prints from the box, and boom, they determined that Gizmo was the robber. Gizmo was already in the system because he had a long rap sheet. They arrested him for felony strong-arm robbery. The altercation was also caught on a surveillance camera, and cops say he admitted it was him, but that's unclear what flavor of goldfish it was that he assaulted Diane with. I don't know about you, but I'm so excited for this. Last September, I got heartbroken as we got teased with some false rumors about a Goonies sequel, but now I guess it's happening for real this time. Oh, I'm not kidding. Warner Brothers announced that Steven Spielberg and Chris Columbus are returning to produce the movie. Chris wrote the screenplay for the 1985 original based on Steven Spielberg's story. Now, there isn't a director just yet for this new Goonies sequel or any plot details, so it's pretty early on, but this time, it seems pretty promising. A Goonies sequel is in the works, for real. If the cup of joe you got at the office is more like a sludgy cup of tar, the only thing worse than drinking it is scooping it out of your cup and putting it on your bagel. Or maybe that's the next big coffee trend. There's a Swiss company online that's selling tubes of coffee that you can spread on your morning toast or your croissant. It's like a tube of oil paint that's black, so it's thick enough that you can put it on fruit like a banana. Almost looks like a Go-Gurt, but black. They advertise it as a product you can eat and drink that's crafted from 100% fair trade Arabica beans and sweetened with organic Swiss beet sugar. And you don't drink it out of the tube. They say it can be mixed with water to create instant coffee if you want. One website had some people taste test the Spreadable Coffee on bread, on a banana, and in some water. And let's just say the reactions were mixed. Yeah, if you're interested in trying it out, the company's called No Normal Coffee, and you can only get the tubes online. You can get a single tube for $17. They say it's the equivalent to 20 cups per tube. You can also get packs of 3 or 6. You're probably going to want to taste the stuff before you invest too much money into it. But hey, it might be worth a try. There's a Spreadable Coffee that you can smear on your toast. The price of eggs has soared to a new record high over the past month, and some people are desperate for one egg, like they were desperate for smokes. You may have heard of bodegas and convenience stores selling loosies, single cigarettes, which is technically illegal due to all the regulations of tobacco sales. And now there's one place in New York City that's applied that to eggs. Pamela's Green Deli in the Bronx has started selling egg loosies. They say they're doing it because many locals can't afford a full carton of eggs. They're selling those loose eggs in a bag for $2.99. The owner says it's better than paying $12 for one carton. If the price of a carton there is $12 and it isn't an upcharge for the loosies. Other places are doing it too, though, and the idea might spread. As far as we know, there's no legal issue with breaking up a carton of eggs for individual sale, at least as long as sellers are not jacking up that price even further. The Yellowstone effect is showing no sign of slowing down. Thanks to the success of the show, Hollywood is resurrecting a classic Western saga. They're bringing back Lonesome Dove. The book series by Larry McMurtry is being mined for potential movie and TV projects. Lonesome Dove was previously made into an award-winning miniseries back in the late 80s. It had Tommy Lee Jones in it, had Chris Cooper in it, Danny Glover was in it. I believe Diane Lane was also part of the cast. There's no word on any specific projects, but the producers said, quote, "We're all dedicated to bringing to life diverse stories within the Western genre with authenticity and soul." Uh-oh, did I just hear the word diverse? Where's Elon Musk? We've all heard coworkers say they just want to get the work week over as soon as possible, but they probably didn't mean all at once, right? A new poll asked people their ideal work week would be, and 26% said the typical setup right now is working out pretty good, just 5 8-hour work days. 40% said they like an extra day off, so they're really leaning towards the 4 10-hour days, which would be great. 15% said they like 2 extra days off, and they could probably do like 3 13-hour days or something. And 13% said they'd be shorter shifts. So maybe 6 6-hour days. I know it's not 40 hours. It might have to be like 6-hour, 40-minute work days or something. But there are a few people who wanted to go even more extreme. 2% of people said they'd prefer to do 2 20-hour work days, which would be pretty rough. And another 4% said they'd do just one shift, working 40 hours straight. Can you imagine? Well, everyone has bad mornings, but it's difficult to have your worst morning within about 1 minute of waking up. Some guy is going viral on how his morning went from bad to horrific in 60 seconds. He said he had a late night and needed to get up early, so he was exhausted when his alarm went off at 8 a.m. He fumbled around on his phone trying to hit the snooze button, but in the process, he hit the power button 5 times, which sets off the emergency SOS call on the Google Pixel. So his usual alarm turned into a blaring siren sound, and he said, quote, "I saw the notifications for calling 911 and stuff about sending location and whatever else to emergency contacts. And I'm thinking, oh no, emergency services are going to come and my friends are going to get scared." He canceled everything, but then started getting texts from his friends. They were saying he'd sent them photos and video from his bed. And there's a feature on his phone that sends images when an emergency is triggered. The problem was he was sleeping naked. Yeah, it was in the nude, in the buff. So 12 emergency contacts were sent images of him nude, including his twigs and berries. And fortunately, he was able to have a sense of humor about it. He said, quote, "Hope this gave everyone a good laugh. Before anyone gets all serious, yes, I know I can change SOS settings on my phone." No one was upset or offended. My embarrassment just gave everyone a jolly start to their day, or a fun late night booty call, depending on their time zone. And you think you're having a tough day. This woman wasn't going to waste Skittles without tasting the rainbow first. There's a report online claiming that a young woman was arrested after she got caught filling up her ex-boyfriend's gas tank with Coke Zero and pre-sucked Skittles. I don't know, maybe she was going for like a Mentos-like explosion or something, but naturally, it brings a bunch of questions other than that. Like mainly, how was it discovered that she sucked the Skittles before stuffing them into the gas tank? Or several sites have picked up the story. A woman's mugshot is being spread around social media, but there's a little reason to be dubious here. We're not able to find the name for the woman, a location for where it happened, or any information from the police department. So you might want to take it with a grain of salt, even a pre-sucked grain of salt, if you must. Hey adventurers, do you love the outdoors? Love staying up to date on the latest news and viral trends? Then you're in the right place. On this channel, we bring you daily trending news, wild stories, and everything you need to stay in the know. So if you're all about adventure, laughs, and staying up to date, hit the subscribe button, join the crew, and let's make every day an adventure. Go on, click it. You know you want to.